Okay, we should be good now. All right, coming in. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Public. Setting my gear up. All right. Got to change to public. See if I get my chat sorted. Got to change to public. Okay. All right, sweet. We're in the live chat. All right, let me know if you can see me. Let me know if you can hear me. Audio cut for a second, but good now. Okay, great. Awesome. Thank you, Steven. Not usually on at this time. Weird hearing myself. So that was it. All right, cool. Kill that. A little blurry, but could be your connection. Well, it could be, or it could be my settings. So let me see if I can make that better real quick. Tommy Woodfin, that's hilarious. Armando for president. Tom McDonald for vice president. It'd be nuts. It'd be crazy. I'm just checking out my settings to make sure they're good for you guys. Now, here's a question for you. If I don't have a thumbnail, does it just show in the thumbnail like what's currently going on in the stream? Because I don't know from my own stream. And I'm just curious. I feel like a thumbnail is not helpful if I have the same thumbnail every time on a stream. Adam Calhoun for Speaker of the House. I mean, obviously, that would be awesome. Ah, here we go. Control room. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, I think it's all right. That's fine. Snowflake's already melting. You guys are funny. All right, so we've got some crazy stuff going on. The Durham report is in, and there's a bit of a meltdown across the left. There's definitely some disappointment on the right. I mean, dude had his 300-page report come out, and then there was no recommendation for charges, no policy changes. He just said, you guys did it. Here's how you did it. There never should have been an investigation. Clear abuse of power, but no repercussions at all. So, I mean, I definitely understand that potentially it could be later on, because later on there's the chance for a fair trial or an actual trial. He did a try with Sussman, and they just laughed it out of court. It's like he did exactly what they said he did. He lied All the evidence is right there throughout the case. So, I mean, there is no way to actually convict anybody of value for crimes, regardless of whether they did it or not. I mean, I have like all the receipts for the Hunter Biden issues. You know, there was the purchase at the store, there's like the laptop delivery to the workshop, like all that stuff. Everyone can find that. And nothing's happening. So I don't have a lot of faith in the justice system, period. But still, a really weird thing is happening, and I'm going to show you because I think it's just so crazy. Go to Twitter.
Now,
I don't think you're ready for this. I'm not ready for this.
regardless, the report is now here. It has dropped, and it might not have produced everything of what some Republicans hoped for. It is, regardless, devastating to the FBI, and to a degree, it does exonerate Donald Trump. Regardless, the report is now here. It has.
Did CNN cover that fairly? Because that's kind of what it sounds like to me. It exonerates Trump completely, yes. It didn't deliver everything a lot of Republicans hoped, yes. Super damning to the FBI, yes. That's like actual coverage from CNN. Hell froze over today. That's what this is. So I don't know how about you guys. I don't know how you all feel. But for me, CNN actually sitting in the middle and then giving out the news as it is so freaking crazy. I don't know. That's like a new era. I don't trust that's going to stick around, though. I mean, they're probably just got so much egg on their face that they have to try something. And you got to strike while the iron is hot, because Fox lost Bongino and Tucker. They're going in the trash. So CNN can capitalize. They brought Trump in for the town hall. Seems like they're covering this a little bit evenly. And I heard that they were trashing their epic emotional response from some of their whiny crybaby activists on there about having Trump in for the town hall. So I think they're trying to get back into the news game, which is hilarious. We'll see. And I see from Tommy, he is definitely fired for reading this on air. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's what I would think. It's so counter to the propaganda machine. And you can see the places that are still plugged into the propaganda machine because their account of what happened is totally different. They're like, oh, it's further proof that Trump was colluding with Russia. And you're like, what? No, did you read any of it? No, you didn't. Obviously, you're just paid activists. It's crazy. Beth, Navy vet here. So many people should be held for treason. Yeah. Stephen, they have to follow up because there's a sound investigation into it. Kind of hard to lie about it. Yes. Yeah. If you spend any amount of time, like, this is so much less research than any other conspiracy theory to get to the truth. The DNC worked with Obama, Clinton administration, all the intelligence community to frame Trump for collusion with Russia. Period. That's what happened. So anyone who's not on that page right now, dead wrong, stupid, or lying. That's the only options. So that's what we got going on. Forsaken Ace, what is up? Thought I'd do a midday stream, go over some of the news stuff because it's just driving me crazy. There's too much. Also, I did a really awesome short that I made. It just popped in my head, and I was like, dude, I have to do this. I have to make this right now. I'll show you because we're here. But I posted it all over social media, put it on YouTube. and I'm just super proud of it. So now I am trying to go crazy on Twitter because so far it's pseudo free speech. I mean, YouTube, I'm here. Twitter's as good or better about the censorship. I definitely see some crazy stuff on there. Accidentally saw someone's Johnson this morning. I'm a little scarred by that, but there was a pretty crazy thing that was trending. If you know, you know. You could check that out. So, just crazy that they shadow ban and ban people for saying stuff that makes total sense, but then there's like hardcore adult content on there that like no one wants to see, but it's just there. Yeah, Harbor, no weens allowed for real. Like I gotta etch that out of my brain. Also, hilariously, I was working on like 2 videos at the same time and doing other stuff, and then Keegan came in this morning. I can't remember what she came to tell me. But then like an hour later, I noticed that there was a pop-up screen on Twitter and it was adult content. And I'm like, oh, great. She thinks I'm in here, you know, putzing around. It's like, no. We're focused. Okay. We're focused. Anyway, Ace, you're hilarious. All right. Well, check this out. I'm going to show you guys the meme I made, the meme video. There we go.
You got a gift, my friend. You got a gift. Oh, yeah. You saw that there was something that I was trying to do, and you figured that out. That's why you are who you are. God bless you. You got a fucking gift.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I really don't.
Yes, you do.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was... I couldn't get it out of my head. I was like, I have to make this. I have to make this. Oh, and I heard there's a new woke beer commercial. I saw it came in. I didn't watch it because I wanted to watch it with you guys. So I'm going to check that out. And then I saw a picture connecting the like new spokesman to a certain somebody. And I'm like, okay, clearly this all makes sense now. Let me see if I could find this. Like I said, it's been popping off crazy here. Okay, gotta go to a different source. I was gonna make like 4 or 5 tiny videos out of this live and just see how it goes. I want to be able to get a little bit more of the news injected, and I can't always segue to everything that's going on in my other videos. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? Let's try and cover some news stories a little bit too. Also, FYI, I have a video dropping at 4 today. Already done. Finished that this morning. Been going crazy. Okay, hopefully. Got to see this brutal ad wherever it's at. Actually, you know what? I can just search it from, I think Tim Pool shared it. Watch for the blurred faces in the Miller Lite video. Interesting. I will check that out. Dude, Tim lives on here.
To brew beer.
Okay, this is going to be it. All right. Woke beer commercial take 2. See if Miller can tank as hard as Bud. I think this one came out first, but it just was overshadowed by the, Mulvaney mega drop. Let's see it.
Here's a little known fact. Women were among the very first to brew beer ever. From Mesopotamia to the Middle Ages to colonial America, women were the ones doing the brewing. Centuries later, how did the industry pay homage to?
Okay, so I can feel the feminist hyper rant coming from these eyes right here. You can always tell by the eyes. Has she brewed beer? I don't think she has brewed beer. Okay. My father-in-law makes his own wine. Proud tradition. And he's brewed with his daughters too, and son. But yeah, I feel like we're about to enter a college course, feminist literature, and no one's going to leave happy. Let's keep going.
Mesopotamia to the Middle Ages to colonial America, women were the ones doing the brewing. Centuries later, how did the industry pay homage to the founding mothers of beer? They put us in bikinis. Wow. Look at this wild. It's time beer made it up to women. So today, Miller Lite is on a mission to clean.
Ha! Ha! It's time beer made it up to women. Yeah. Who buys the beer? Who buys the beer? Primarily. It's not women. Like my wife, she likes whiskey and beer. Okay? There's plenty of beer drinking women. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying who buys the beer. Because who buys is who you make all of your marketing towards. Dude, this is just a nightmare already. And you can't trust her purely from this center part right here in the hair. That's what my sister says. Never trust anyone with a center part. I don't know how much accuracy there is to that, but the crazy eyes is more what gets me. She's like, we got to make it up to women. Dude, how much of your customer base, paying customer base, is liberal feminist women? I don't know. All right, let's see.
Miller Lite is on a mission to clean up not just their shit, but the whole beer industry's shit. Miller Lite has been scouring the internet for all this shit and buying it back so that they can turn it into good shit for women brewers. Literally, good shit. How, you ask? Ladies, take it away.
First, we turn the bad shit into compost. Then we feed compost to worms. Push out beautiful fertilizer.
That good shit helps farmers grow quality hops,
which is then donated to women brewers to make their own really good shit.
But there's definitely more shit out there. In your attic, in the garage, in your parents' basement. Send any shit you got into Miller Lite, and they'll turn that into good shit too.
Okay, you know what? I could help them out. I got a whole lot of chicken shit outside. If I can send Miller a bag of chicken shit to help with their good shit campaign. I'm just trying to be helpful here. This is nauseating. They're like, we're trying to help the whole beer and that's it. That's it. They're like, we're joining to fix all of the beer industry. Did you hear that? We got to find that line again. Because that is showing there is a greater agenda going after all of the beer manufacturers. And they're trying to wokeify beer, which is just hilarious. You think you're going to get Bubba to not like titties and beer? Really? You think he's going to switch to this? The good shit campaign? A bunch of angry looking women with no makeup? They're angry, like all of them. You could tell in the face, in the eyes, crazy and angry. No one's buying you a beer, lady. I mean, I guess that's why they buy their own beer. Because no one wants to buy them a beer because they look too mean. That resting, bitter face. You know? Good Lord, this is brutal. All right.
Light, and they'll turn that into good shit too. Oh. So here's to women, because without us, there would be no beer.
I have one Yingling left. I'm going to need more. Remember when the beer poster trend millions of women were doing? I don't think women have a problem with beer commercials. No, I don't remember that. I'm not sure what you're referring to. But here's what I do know. People who have a not good quality product with lots of competition can't afford to attack a giant percentage of their customer base. You just can't. Because there is competition. I understand Disney Plus is like, hey, we're going to add crazy stuff into some of our videos and movies and whatever. And then people are like, dude, I like the classics. I like the nature stuff. I like, the Alaska shows, all that kind of stuff. And so they're like, so I got to deal with their bull because of the stuff that I do like that I can't get anywhere else. That is not the case for It is not the case for cheap domestic beer. There's a lot of options. And they're just like, who are they catering to? It's not the people that actually drink that beer. So, I don't know, dude. That's just a big fail. It's not really a big fail. It's a strategy. They're like, hey, we, BlackRock and Vanguard, Soros-funded globalist shitbag people are like, hey, we want you to champion our stuff, our woke ideology. If you do, we will invest other people's 401ks in you. If you don't, we won't. And in a lot of cases, that stuff costs more than losing the consumer. Oh, I see from Dragonsworn, here's to get a pack of something good. Not all heroes wear capes. That's amazing, buddy. I appreciate that. But here's the answer to your question, because everyone's wondering why. Why would this person show up and be the Speaker of Miller and go completely against what the consumer wants? I know. And here's the answer right here. A hand-selected activist. That's it. That's all you need to know. They found her. They groomed her. They placed her. And now she's wreaking havoc for their agenda. That's it. Dagnar, well, Killian's is still safe. Made by Coors. See, that's why I run into trouble, because I'm like, dude, all of these different beers are made by the same companies, so the umbrella corporation gets your money if you go away from the crappy domestic stuff anyway. I'm like, what is safe? So far, Yingling. And it's not bad. It's a little more expensive, but it's, not trying to shove its, craziness in my face. So I like that. Forsaken Ace, I drank a Bud Light last weekend. I didn't buy it though, so I'm good, right? I kept making gay voice jokes. Oh, that's too funny. Yeah, my father-in-law gave me a Busch beer when I went to visit him, and then he cracked jokes at me, but he was like, yeah, I need to get rid of it. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm not buying, I'm not supporting, but I don't got money like that, okay? I'm not pouring it down the drain. All right, I need the calories. We got to stock up for communism. But not buying anymore. Forsaken Ace said Coors did Pride advertising too. They're not safe either. Yeah, no. I mean, that's the thing though, and a lot of people said that. If some company does some woke thing, like most companies do some woke thing ever, right? It's just part of the game. They're going to be like, we appeal to these people this time, these people this time, these people this time. And that's what it is. So if you're like, I'm going to have a rainbow thing for one day during Pride Month for all of our branches outside of the Middle East, pay attention to that, because they're like Twitter accounts for the Middle East. They don't put up the rainbow flag. So it's just pandering in a specific time. But for you to take the entire brand direction away from the consumer is nuts. It's awful. So the only explanation is those mega donors, the big corporations that own everything, saying, hey, you need to do this, this, and this to get your ESG score up so that we'll invest into you. And you don't have a choice. That's the only thing that makes sense. Michelle C., I'll pass on it all. Thanks, but no thanks. More power to you. That's totally cool. Don't forget No Jack either. They are fully woke now. I've heard. So far, I stick to the plastic jugs of stuff because I can afford it. And they're so off-brand that nobody even cares to make them woke. So, like mine, I got a plastic jug of Canadian whiskey, and it's called Canadian Hunter. And if you look it up and it's woke, you're gonna break my heart. But there's like 5 other options of the absolute cheapest plastic jug whiskey that I could get instead. So I will make my rounds if there's a problem. From Mike, that's what I'm thinking, Jeff, because it doesn't make sense as a profit strategy. Yeah, no, it doesn't. So it is influence from the highest levels of their investment companies, the mega investment companies that technically really own everything. And it's only a handful of companies, kind of like a handful of companies own the entire media so that you see them echoing the same message. Well, those same kind of companies also own the corporations. So they're making them shift to different policies and positions and kind of catering to this crazy woke ideology. All the same system that's working together to try and screw up everything that we got going on here. Tito's should be good. Vodka made in Texas. I've heard of that. I'll check it out. How's Burnett's? Because that's cheaper and in a plastic jug. Check that for me if you don't mind. Okay, well, that was a rant that everyone needed. I'm sick of the beer wars. Can we call them the beer wars now? There's a war on beer and a war on marketing. They're like trying to gaslight the consumers and tell them, no, this is good marketing. Buy it. And you're like, no, I don't like it. Actually, I'm not going to buy it. They're like, yeah, but well, you're horrible if you don't buy it. It's like, well, you're supposed to market something. I like the marketing. I like the product. And then I make the choice to buy it. And they want to go the communist approach of we control everything and you get what we tell you can get. And that's it. Shut up and be happy about it. Totally un-American. We have competition. There are winners and losers, and it's based on popular opinion and the customer choice. They might come back, though. I could definitely see Bud Light making a miraculous return if they fire the right people, put a lot of money into conservative, pro-America causes, and then, you know, they just get back on the horse. Volkswagen is founded by the Nazis, and then they also had a period of time where like their exhaust was getting into the AC system and killing people. And they came back, you know? It's not too late for them, but they got to take this L. They got to take a bath in it. They got to get in there in that Dylan Mulvaney bathwater and gurgle for a little while and come to terms with what they are really doing. All right, what else do we got going on here? Mike, yeah, I had to get you in the situation there. Good evening from Europe, Chris. That's hilarious. Gurgle, Michelle. Yeah, that's it. All right. What's the next thing? There was more stuff going on. Oh, this is great. Yeah. So here's a clip from Rogan, because everyone knows about this Patriot Front thing that's come on. The like white supremacist movement, the marching guys. We got to talk about it. Okay. All right, here's some reactionception. So here is me reacting to Joe Rogan, reacting to the Patriot Front.
Look at these guys. Where's the fat people?
First line. It's like 2 out of 3 Americans are fat. All right. The beer drinking rednecks are definitely among that demographic. The idea that all of these white supremacists in the Patriot group are like fit, young, military age men is very suspicious.
How come they're all wearing the same clothes? Do that again. What the fuck is this? Have you ever seen anything that looks more like Feds? Tell me that doesn't look like Feds.
Okay, well, Joe comes out and says it directly. He's like, have you ever seen anything that looks as much like Feds? No, I haven't. I mean, it's insane how much they look like card-carrying Feds. Like, where's the badge? Where's the gun, like, falling out of their back pocket? Did you guys see a while back when they had the guys who were... They were in, like, the pro-Trump parade, and then they were heckling, and so the cop arrested the guy, and then it turned out he was an undercover agent. So, like, the one guy who got arrested was an undercover cop who was starting crap. He was inciting an issue. So it was just this giant embarrassment because everyone was saying, oh, beware of violence coming to this pro-Trump thing. It's coming. It's going to be here. It's like, no, bro. It was just a Fed. So, just a Fed. Well, let's keep going with Joe.
Right?
It's like the 101st Airborne.
Bro, look at this. These guys are all runners. These guys look like they just got out of buds.
I mean, look.
Fuck out of here. Look at this. The fuck out of here. How do they all have, like, uniformed outfits on? They have the same color pants.
Dude, he is not wrong. The outfits are crazy. I've seen the memes where people are like, dear Feds, at least change the outfit. It shows, like, the navy top and the brown pants. Like, they look so suspicious. And then marching, like, perfectly in formation the way they are. Like, no normal people do that. If you've ever been to a parade or just any kind of anything, Like, people don't walk like that. They don't act like that. Like, that's so G-man of them. And they might not be. Disclaimer for YouTube. But damn, it seems like it.
For the most part. Very little variation. They have tan or brown pants, dark blue shirts with the fucking stupid flag on it. This asshole's got a drum! Back that up! Look at the fucking drum! Bitch, are you Paul Revere? What the fuck are you doing with that drum? He's walking around with a band drum.
It's
like
white
a high
power
school
drum
band.
line.
This is so...
It's a white power drum line. That was good. That was a good one. Yeah, no. Who's buying that? They're walking around with the drum line. You got a drum line. Oh my gosh, dude. Now, to be fair, it is very possible that there are some white supremacists in the group. Like, very possible to likely. Now, the one thing that most people don't realize is that white supremacists typically hate Trump. Because a lot of them have like a very far left leaning ideology of socialism, where they say socialism would work if not for all of the black and brown people. That's a white supremacist position to hold. And they say, oh, if you look at all of these European countries that have successful socialism, it's because they're like all white. So there are definitely white supremacists that hold that belief. Very racist belief, but nonetheless. So some of them could be mixed in there. Those usually are like the same people in Antifa. So there's that too. So we got the Antifa thing, the white supremacist thing, the Fed thing, and then there's probably some like socially awkward or mentally handicapped people that were just looking for a group of friends, and they feel like they found them in the Patriot group, but it's like a bunch of informants that are going to roll on them after inciting them to do something that they shouldn't be doing, like the Governor Whitmer case, the kidnapping, pseudo kidnapping. It's like 8 feds and a socially inept homeless person. Come on.
So stupid it hurts my feelings. They have the same fucking size flags, the same white coloring on their face, the same tan hats on. Get the fuck out of here.
And why are they wearing masks, by the way? Like,
because they're cowards.
Right.
Or they're feds.
Yeah. Like,
what MAGA person, what patriot wears a mask? None. You're proud. You want your kids and your grandkids and your neighbors and everyone to see your face, that you stood for what you're standing for. The only people covering their faces are feds and criminals. Really, criminals or feds pretending to be criminals but not wanting to be revealed as what they are. But that's it. Dude, like, you know how proud I am that I have a collection of the crazy stuff that's gone on and what I've tried to do in it for like my future bloodline? Like, that's something that I hold dear as a legacy. Not putting a mask on. Ain't no freaking way. No chance. That's the people that are ashamed of what they're doing. That's just my position on it.
like,
What was the thing recently where they found out that a great percentage of the people...
the Michigan thing?
Yes. Explain that. These are the people that were trying to kidnap the governor. Explain that.
I don't know. I didn't cover the story, but basically it was an attempt to kidnap Governor Whitmer, right?
Yeah.
And they found out that a high percentage of the people involved were FBI informants.
I just sent Jamie this. It's the greatest meme.
Hang on just a second, guys. All right, guys. Sorry for the delay. I got a call from my daughter's classmate's father to confirm for the kid party this Saturday at the park. It's going to be my middle daughter's birthday. She turned 6. Totally a big deal. So, sorry, but I had to pause the stream for that. All right, let's go back a couple seconds. Totally leaving that in the main video when I make it.
It's the greatest meme. They're all dressed up like Spider-Man, and all of them says "fed, fed, fed," another "fed," and then one says some autistic fuck, some poor guy that they trick into doing something.
It was notorious in the 60s.
That is so rude, but that's exactly what I was saying. It's like somebody who's a little bit mentally off, socially distant, and then they get groomed into being a fall guy for a bunch of FBI informants. Super sad, but just not cool, man. That's what's been happening.
'60s and '70s, this idea of having, agents provocateurs in the crowd when they had COINTELPRO,
yes,
and the assassination of Fred Hampton, the infiltration of the Black Panthers, all this stuff. It was understood that the FBI did this stuff. Now suddenly, people on the left disbelieve instantly that this happens.
Okay, that was a great point that he made at the end. Matt Taibbi is pretty solid. And so him saying that the left has basically abandoned the idea that the FBI meddles in social reform, political movements, assassination attempts, like that stuff keeps getting revealed over and over again throughout history, and we always saw it. But then now that it's against Trump, they just act like it doesn't exist at all. Are you serious? Like, did you guys see, who saw that the on his deathbed, the guy who worked with or for the FBI revealed that he was part of the plot that got Malcolm X killed? Like, that just happened. And then don't even get me started about the JFK stuff that they're releasing information on, have been releasing information on. We have feds that infiltrate political movements and do stuff. That has happened, does happen. Yeah, Faithless says the cognitive dissonance is astounding. Yeah, it is. Like, to put your blinders on that hardcore is just crazy. Now, just FYI, you can follow me at JeffDF2T on Twitter. What I'm trying to do is find cool stuff, put it on Twitter, and then go over it in video. So you can kind of get ahead of time what's going on by checking the Twitter feed. Just saying. From Dagnar, that's because they want a federal-only police force. Yes, that is definitely an end goal for these people. Because then the federal police can get a single set of orders from whoever their bosses are. Whereas it's really difficult with state police to try and get them to do anything, to cooperate on any idea. They disagree on so much. Case in point, right here. I was ready for this. I was ready for this one. This isn't really that damaging, but you need to see. Oops, I picked the wrong screen. It's fine.
Bitch, you don't even remember, you don't even know who this is. This Kane, bitch. Oh, God, I bet I ain't see your ass. Oh, God.
Okay, so what you see, what you hear, there's some crazy guy. Well, there's some several people at someone's house. They probably know the person, and then it looks like they could try to attack the person. And then there's a scuffle. You see the guy pull a firearm out on the outside, and then you hear gunshots happening as they're running away, right? Just so we're all on the same page. Here is what Florida thinks about this.
This is a home invasion. 3 men home invaded. The victim runs to a back room where he had a third gun. He picked up that gun, an AK-47 style gun, and he started shooting for his own protection to get them out of his house. So those of you who might ask a question, is the homeowner going to be charged for shooting at these people? Absolutely not. The homeowner is protecting himself, and in Florida, in Escambia County, you can protect yourself.
Thank you, Harbor, for dropping that in. But yeah, you see this. The fact that that's even a question is psychotic. But you saw what happened in New York City with the guy who had the rap sheet as long as my arm, kidnap people, beat up people, whatever. Totally psycho. And then he's threatening people, gets put in like a rear naked choke. And then for some reason, he dies from that. And now we got the Marine Corps guy potentially doing 15 years for murder, for defending somebody. Crazy. So over here, you see Florida's take on the situation, where they show some people running away and getting shot at, which some people would argue, oh, well, they're not an immediate threat. They're running away. You have to cease fire. You have to call out and do whatever. They have all these crazy psycho rules. Chris Holden, I see you popped in, followed. I'll follow you back, my brother. Boom. Okay. But yeah, so the rules are crazy. It doesn't really make any sense. And Florida guy, the police are saying, you can defend yourself. What does that mean? If you're a bad guy, you know in Florida, you're in a bad place if you go in trying to mess with somebody on their property, period. A very big deterrent for you to start anything to begin with. I have a sister-in-law. She and my brother-in-law live in LA. They said going to the grocery store is like checking out. It's like Zombieland, like walking through the people to get there, and you're always looking over your shoulder and worried. And then they wanted to get a firearm to protect themselves at their place, but they look through the laws, and the laws are so crazy and so complicated that there's almost no way to get a gun. And then if you do get a gun, there's almost no way you end up being safe if you use your gun against somebody who's doing harm to you. So they're just dealing with that situation. I think it's crazy. I would never do it, but that is the reality in those places. So the fact of this entire thing, to bring it full circle, they want a national federal police force that covers everything. Basically a military SS, if you will, that would be the woke police enforcing the globalist agenda. That's what they want. That's the ultimate goal. And so our 50 sovereign states with different governments, with the local sheriff's departments that they have an oath to the Constitution and they follow it, is a gigantic hurdle against the globalist agenda. And you see places like Florida, which Ron DeSantis has questionable donors and all those issues. And I would never vote for him over Trump, period. But from being a governor's sake, he's been very solid through the pandemic times and whatever, compared to a lot of people. And when it comes to Second Amendment, he doesn't mess around, and Florida is in good hands with these kind of people reading the laws the way they are. Can everyone still see me? See Ace. I had to restart anew. If anyone wants to follow me, here's my lonely Twitter. You're funny. You can see. Okay. Just making sure. Yeah, Ace, you can pop out. Yeah, 5x5. Great. Awesome. Just making sure. That was awesome. You asked about the federal police, and then I had that lined up. Knew that needed to be talked about. Okay, this one's funny. This is going to be a short one, but do you know how hilarious it is that some of these people on Twitter with their big verified accounts say the craziest things that make no sense or lock in step with the narrative? Whatever the Mockingbird media message of the day is, they repeat it on Twitter, and they get massive engagement, massive boosts, and it's all lies. You're just like, how can you sit there and just time after time after time report lies and just horrible takes on Twitter and then have this like massive engagement? So here's this guy, Krasenstein, and it says he admits that he gets paid by higher ups to manipulate public opinion. And here's like a captured video of him. It's pretty awesome.
Is that is that your job?
I have several businesses, but you know, the Resistance is a really good group of people. It's spread throughout the country, probably throughout the world. I mean, it's just kind of, it's just what I enjoy spending my time doing. And of course we get paid, you know? Of course those higher ups pay us.
So you're paid for this? It's not just like some...
Okay. He said, oh, of course I get paid. You know, there's higher ups that pay for us. And that voice is just brutal. I mean, that if you've read his Twitter posts, they sound like that voice is making the post. So that at least is pretty genuine. But I love how they call it the Resistance. It's like the Soros-funded mega billionaire globalist agenda is like, you are a useful idiot for the man, and you call that being part of the Resistance. That's hilarious.
Yes.
So you're paid for this? It's not just like something you do because for your love of country?
Yeah, I mean, people pay us. They want us to help sow the division and to take over Trump's Twitter feed. When he makes a post, they want our tweets to be up there. They don't want other people to, like, Trump supporters to be seen in that.
Is that your job?
See what I mean? That's what they do. They have their little agents, their little agent Smiths all over, reporting for the Matrix and having this program. The underlying public opinion is what is echoed by these kind of people all over the internet. It's in media, it's in magazines, and it's in just regular social media feeds like this, where they get to tell the sheep, oh yeah, no, this is right. There's a lot of people that believe this. And it's like, are they real though? Are they bots? Are they feds? Social engineers like this? So you start to think you're in the minority when you hold the majority opinion, because you have people like that colluding with the big media, the big government, to try and create narratives. And then they call themselves, these people, the Resistance. Freaking hilarious. Dagnar, I hate my sciatic nerve today. Dude, I am so with you on the sciatic nerve. I've been rehabilitating mine. It's good now. Knock on wood. But been there. Terrible. Terrible stuff. Worst pain ever. I've definitely had some bad pain in my life. The like 2 months, 2 weeks apart of constant back pain and leg and nerve pain definitely reach towards the top of that list. Dagnar, Jeff, did you see the senator who called for an open revolt against gun owners? No, I did not see that. That's crazy. I'm not surprised, but I had not seen that. Yes, Mike. Dude, I had that for a month. Not kidding. This is when the sciatic pain gives no relief in any position. You just want to die. Yeah. It didn't even matter if I took medicine. Like, if I took pain meds, it didn't do anything. Nothing. Honestly, that's when people start to get into trouble with, like, morphine and oxys and alcohol, opiates, because you're just like, dude, like, I just need the pain to go away somehow. I remember that. And luckily, I knew. I stayed ahead of that. Like, I took meds, like, after a few days, and then they didn't do much. They took like 20% of it away, and I was like, that's not worth it. That's not worth the meds. So I went no meds for like those 2 months. But I will tell you, when it got better and then it like relapsed, and when the relapse started, I was just like, dude, it's been 3 days of not sleeping, not being able to focus. Like, everything sucked because no position's comfortable. Like, you're just trying to figure out ways to just occupy your mind and time. So, dang, yeah, just permanent pain. Not fun for anyone. I definitely understand that. The revolt will go well, guns versus no guns. Yeah, well, that's the problem, is they're trying to get rid of all the good guys in the positions of law enforcement who hold the guns. They're trying to make it so there's a whole lot of programmed Mr. Smiths with guns versus your average typical American who's like, dude, I got to run outside and shoot a possum once in a while because they're trying to kill my chickens. Okay? And I don't need to have some stupid hippie liberal tell me, oh, my gun needs to be here, locked up with the ammo locked up over here, and the kids need to, like, take some kind of course and, like, rat on me if I do whatever. It's like, no, dude, okay? We have the ways that we do things, and, like, I'm 6'4". I have a contraband shelf that's like 8.5 feet in the air that I can reach up and grab. No one in the house can grab stuff off it except me. So, just saying, there's like, and then I got stuff in the walls, and, you know, I'm kind of wild. But point is, the legislation around the rights is just stupid. Shall not be infringed. It's not very complicated. Guys, this is just crazy. Oh man, Mike, yeah, I'm reading you. That's rough, dude. You said was though, key word, so we got you good now. Yeah, Michelle, I definitely did that. Tried with the pillow. It helped a little bit, but that was rough. That's rough. Ace says Harbor is the mom of Jeff streams. You're so helpful. Yeah, that's correct. Hilarious. Oh, I got good news. So there's this company that's local to me, right? Super awesome company. They do, it's a gun range and a brewery. They don't let you drink after you shoot or before you shoot, excuse me. So they have that on lockdown. They also have axe throwing. That's where I buy my chickens and feed, where I buy plants and seed. They sell Bibles. They sell Let's Go Brandon shirts. Like, they are the most based, awesome place ever. Greatest place under heaven. Pretty sure that's their slogan. So it's called Freedom Mill, right? So I go there on Mother's Day, and my mother-in-law is like talking to the bartender and then starts mouthing off about like my social media stuff. So anyway, they put me in connection with the GM. So I was talking to him, and I might be working with them to make some kind of a promo. So I'm really excited because I love that business. I've been going there for like 10 years. And that book ad that I ran for the Shit Biden Says book, which was hilarious if you've not seen it. A couple handfuls of people actually bought the book. And so I got a call later in the week with the guy who owns that company to see about working with him. And I got to work that around this other company. So anyway, there's just kind of a bunch of stuff that's going on, and I'm pretty excited about it. So hopefully I could be the comedic, non-woke marketing guy for cool companies that I like. I'd buy some buns while shopping for guns for sure. Yeah, they did have an Amish section. It's not Amish, but it's just like homegrown specialty food stuff. But they got a lot of guns. Like their store is massive. So they got a massive store with a nice range. And then, like I said, they got axe throwing. They got the brewery. They got an arcade. So I go there with my kids, take them to the arcade. Then we pop over to the brewery. And they have hilarious names for the beers. They got like the Let's Go Brandon cider, like the back-to-back World War Champs ale, and, like the Patriot Pilsner, Life, Liberty, and Latte coming soon. I hope they keep that name because that's freaking hilarious. And I love coffee. They let me try it early. Delicious coffee beer. Holy crap. It was awesome. So anyway, hopefully I could partner with them. I love them. Honestly, I do it for free. So I don't want to do it for free because money is helpful. But to work with them, I would do it for free. So I'm going to talk to him later and I'll see if I can work something out. Worst case scenario, I can get them to like pay for me to go to the range. I'll be like, all right, it's very crucial that we shoot at the range for an hour and throw axes for an hour and play in the arcade for an hour and drink beers for an hour for the 1 minute ad. I was like, we gotta get all this material. It's like, no, I'm not buying the beers. Come on, guys, it needs to be authentic. Faithless, obvious. Yeah, no, I know. Mike, do they sell the tropical tactical shirts? They would be a place to find something like that, but I haven't seen those there. So it's really funny. Oh man, yeah, Ace says me too. I've been wanting to shoot my Garand, but 30-06 is so expensive. Yeah, I can't even find any ammo for my Mosin. It's freaking annoying. It's a 7.62 by 54R. Can't find it anywhere. So yeah, I mean, that's my deer rifle. Luckily, I think I have like 39, deer rounds for it. And I plan on getting one per round, so that's quite a bit of deer. But otherwise, I'm going to have to start, using buckshot like a peasant. Oh, Mike, I know. That shirt was so great. Armando, and it was funny. I didn't coordinate that. Armando just showed up with the tropical shirt, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to use that for the skit, and I'll teleport Business Jeff, to some tropical place, which is where you came from. So it was like a switch. And then that was the end tag. So here's the thing. I don't know how many people really watch my whole videos, because it's like 8% actually get to the very end of the videos. I look at the analytics, and it's like all throughout the videos, people start leaving, like from the second it started. He said, I genuinely scared to death with the, yeah, I did. And I knew I was going to. I was like, I got to get this in here somewhere at some time during the video. Mike says the bloopers reel was great. Thank you. I don't know. I struggle with the bloopers reel. I almost feel like I need to make just like a compilation bloopers video, because there's so many people that never watch to the end of the video. And I'm not trying to be hateful at all. I really am not trying to be hateful. But there are a lot of videos that are not even close to as good as the videos that we put together. And they have so many views in similar content. And I'm just like, do I just suck that much? Like, do I have an inflated ego? Like, maybe I have an inflated ego, but I feel like maybe I'm messing up in the way that I'm making them. It's like, is the intro too long? Is the outro too long? Where are we struggling? Where I feel like some of these should be really booming, and then they just do okay. And then, like I said, I'll see other ones, and I'm just like, that was very meh, and you got 10 times more views. And like, you don't even have a bigger following. So I'm just like, that's kind of weird. So weird. Thank you, Harbor. If I don't have time to watch, I start the video and give my like and then exit it. That's very interesting. Yeah, I don't even know. It's so weird. Steven, you might have 20 rounds for your Mosin. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, no one has a big stock of that. They're just not. Okay, Harbor's saying that it's very possible because of what I'm saying. I'm not getting as much in the recommended feed. That is very possible. Well, from the video that's dropping at 4 o'clock today, you can see kind of my position on the whole censorship, general unfairness issue that we're dealing with. I did drop that short, and it looks like they're giving me 1,000 views on that, 1,500 views. Thought there was a chance that one would blow up. There was a lot of work put into that, but that's okay. We will see what happens. Yeah, no, the live streams, it's cool. What I'm doing is I just take down the live streams once they're done. So that way I can clip them into videos, because I left them up before. And when I left them up, the people then saw the videos after, and they're like, dude, this is recycled stuff. Why are you doing this? I can't stand this. It's like, okay, well, whatever. So the live streams live on Rumble now. And then I put the edited videos on here. Steelcase Mosin food for 60 cents. Not bad. Not too bad. But yeah, every time I go in there to the arcade, I pop over to the gun store and ask them if they have Mosin ammo for me. Been a long time. Never have gotten any there. Michelle, oh, it was your grandfather's. That's awesome. Yeah, I got a really old English one that's right up there. That was from my my sister's boyfriend. So that's very cool. Over, under, or side by side, Michelle. Yeah. Now, speaking of good rifles and weapons for females, most people don't know this, but it's really easy to handle an AR-15 compared to like a 12 gauge. So this whole attack on the like AR-15 platform as some kind of like weapon of war thing is really an attack on women, because women can really easily defend themselves against a multiple hostile overpowering force with a little AR-15. I'm just saying, like you get a woman 5'0" 103 pounds soaking wet, she can handle and use an AR-15, no problem. You give her Magnum load 12 gauge, like she's gonna shoot once, it's gonna like fly up, no ability to reacquire the target, no follow-up shots. It's a lot harder to manage. So but that's just part of the whole thing. They want everyone to be unarmed, unequipped, unprotected, unsafe, and then rule the chaos. Because they say that, God didn't make us all equal. Samuel Colt did. Ladies, stay strapped. You can use an AR very easily. It's just a 22. It's really just a 22. ARs will blow your eardrums, though. They're loud. Yeah, short barrel, loud ARs. I mean, I see them at the range. It's not too bad. Obviously, if you're like no ear protection in a confined space, you're not going to be real happy no matter what you're shooting, unless it's a little 22. But that would still be my choice for a female. Now you got to be able to afford it, so that's the thing. PSA Rock 5.7 is better, Harbor. That's what earplugs are for. Yeah, I definitely, if it's for your life, then you got to deal with the tinnitus. That's freedom ringing. That's what that's all about. I definitely have some tinnitus when it gets too quiet. It's just me, my thoughts, and the tinnitus. Hellcat is amazing for females. Right, Mike. Yeah, it says when in home defense, you're not putting on earplugs. That's true. Yeah, you just got to deal with it. Like I said, that's the price you pay for saving your life and your family, is you're going to lose a little bit of your hearing, unfortunately. Awesome. Yeah, Dagnar, I'm not an advocate for hearing loss. It's just in the event that it's a quick situation. It's like if I hear a bump in the night, I'm grabbing a gun before anything else. So, I'm not getting earplugs, not getting more clothes, like it's the gun comes first and that's it. So, be a real bad day for somebody. You show up in the middle of the night. That's what you see coming at you with several weapons, probably. Mike, I love ARs, and I agree, much easier to use for women. Thank you. That's what I'm saying, dude. I mean, yeah, pistol's great. Pistol's great. No issue with that. But I'm just saying, they try and make it seem like the shotgun is a better home defense weapon. And like it is a good home defense weapon, surely, definitely. You know, some buckshot. It's like having 9 380 rounds shot at the same time. Definitely effective. But you miss one time and it's overpowering you. No follow-ups, no nothing. Instead, you can get those hot loads, those high-velocity loads from a rifle, from an AR platform. Not really all that much kick. Very easy to manage. A lot of follow-up shots in the 30-round mag. That's safety. That's actual peace of mind right there. If you're a lady needing to defend yourself. Forsaken Ace, there was a pregnant woman that fended off 2 armed robbers that had her husband and son at gunpoint. See? Pregnant lady saves the day, defending her husband and son. I obviously don't know the situation, so it's a little bit of a shame on the husband and son, but probably doing the best they can at gunpoint. You know, it is what it is. That's awesome. All right, well, this was a very fun midday stream. I'm going to go. Start taking it down, taking it apart. I'll see if I can, like, quick edit these. I don't know how that's going to go, but I got to figure out a way to ramp up production a little bit. I really enjoy the, like, detailed, in-depth editing, and I'm getting a lot faster at it, but I need to make shorts. I need to make more videos. I need to, you know, just kind of ramp everything up. So I feel like on these news types, I'm going to cut the editing down a bit and just see how it goes. Because I feel like there's some that it's just like, you just put it out there and it does really well. And then other stuff, you put your whole heart and soul in and then nobody cares. It's a little bit brutal, but I feel like in this first few years in the media sphere, I'm just like trying to learn how to do stuff and then figure out what is worth doing kind of as you go. But it's true. Mike says, I hate shorts. Yeah, I kind of have a little bit of a disdain for shorts because I got banned from 3 TikTok accounts. So then I came here back to long form, did my absolute best to get up to, you know, like over 10K. And then all of a sudden they're like on a dime, flip a switch, and then YouTube's pushing shorts. And then my viewership drops in the toilet because they're not pushing my long videos anymore. And then here we are. And then now that the shorts are happening, people are like going viral on stupid videos. So it's inflating subscriber numbers and making the people who worked really hard for their subscriber count not seem like the success matters. Because I've seen people who started in February and they're at like 100K from just making a whole bunch of shorts. And I'm just like, dude, I have put my heart and soul into this mofo. Waking up at like 5:30 in the morning when I was working. Doing this before work, after work, thinking about it during work. And then got like 1/10 of what you got in 2 months. It was like, bro, this is like brutal. I also don't have a nice pair, and I recognize that's just something I got to deal with, you know? I can't get famous that way. It's just not in the cards. So, plastic jug vodka and the truth. That's all I have to offer, apparently. But you guys, it's been real. Also, it's cool because I can take a break and go get my kids from school. So, that'll be fun. We've been bringing the new Chicken Guardian dog with us. She goes on the drives, and all the people at the school really think it's cool when they open the door and there's a Great Pyrenees just sitting in the van. Awesome. All right. Well, we'll see what we can make out of this. It's like an hour and a few minutes stream. probably 5, quick 4. We'll see if I can chop it into like a few quick videos and then maybe some sound bites. Everyone's after a sound bite. Said, yeah, short shorts are like YouTube shorts. They're gross. That's funny. Dagnar, I was a reverse stripper, went out naked and made them pay me to put my clothes back on. I got a chance. So maybe. I did make an OnlyFans account a while back just so I could say former OnlyFans model or retired OnlyFans model in some of my bios for comedy. And I would do it with integrity. But I didn't make any money at all. I just kept getting ads to join other people's stuff, which I did not want. So it was a net loss. But there were several people that liked the title of retired OnlyFans model. And I wear it as a badge of honor. I pose in the picture. I think there exists a picture of me shoulder dancing on OnlyFans to a song. There may be a gorilla suit video too. Short shorts, that's funny. But yeah, you could. I didn't delete it. It exists. So if you go on there, be careful for one. But you could find it. I had like a really funny description. It was like dirty talk about like the Fed, ending the Fed, like reluctance and non-consent of mad scientists try to put things inside of me. You know, I tried to do a bit of a parody on like an actual adult content site. You know. No funky feet vids? No, but I threatened. I did a lot of threatening to put my size 15 foot pics on OnlyFans for money. Some Middle Eastern oil baron princess could pay big money for that. That's a last resort, though. I'm trying to use my skills. They're all short shorts at 6'4". Yeah, yeah, yes, that is true. I actually found like my first pair's seductive reading of the Bill of Rights. Don't threaten me with a good time. Yeah, I finally found long shorts. It was crazy. They're like really long, and I love them. And I think they're supposed to be like down at your calf, but for me, they're just like below the knee, but still they look great. So I've been really excited about those. Helps the balance, man. Helps the balance. That's what it's for. Am I a big and tall shopper? My wife is. Thank God. Actually, I wore ill-fitting clothes until a few years ago, and my wife got sick of it, and she's just like, dude, okay, I'm just going to buy you clothes as your gifts because I'm so sick of what you got going on. So she started buying me proper, like, XLT with the tall size clothes. Also, tall socks, like extra size socks, because you get like ingrown toenails, and you rip holes in them because they're getting stretched too much. And I never bought proper size socks. They always like go through size 12 or 13, and I would just wear them anyway with the heel like hooked under my foot. So she bought me big and tall socks, big and tall pants, big and tall, and the long sleeves. Don't get me started on long sleeves. Like, it's one thing you can kind of botch, like a t-shirt, just get like one size up, and then it kind of just like droops a little bit more. But you can't fake it with long sleeves. So I'm over here with like the quarter sleeves, and that doesn't look cute no matter what. So my wife started hooking me up with some long sleeve stuff, with some long shirts, the right size socks, and it's like hard to go back now. So now I just have what my wardrobe is. I went and I spent, this was like 5 years ago or so, I went and bought Alain Dupetit. I think that's how you say it. It's like French, but it's exclusively online shopping for suits. You don't get to try them. You don't get nothing, but they're like $60 a suit. So I got a tuxedo, full tuxedo for $60. So it's like Bobo brand suits. I bought 3 of them. That's the jackets that I wear for business, Jeff. And yeah, been real happy with those. Ace says, I don't want to hear it, Jeff. My options on Tinder are slim, being under 6 foot. That's funny. I mean, I'm not trying to hate, but like the Tinder's your problem, man. Go to the library or Freedom Mill. You know, you got to go to a nice place like that. Yeah, Harbor, the socks. It's important. You got to get the right socks. Mike's upset. Yeah, you feel it. You totally feel it. I see that 6 to 12 on every freaking sock. Yeah, and it's really bad because people buy you the cool socks and you can't wear them. They're like, oh, I found these cool socks with Batman symbols and a little cape on them. And I'm like, I can't wear them. They're too small. Freaking infuriating. I had some with beer pong on them. Now, anytime I get cool socks, I just give them to my wife. And then I'm jealous that I can't wear the cool socks. But it's okay. Straight black with a gold toe and the right size. That's what I get. That's what I have to deal with. Yeah, XLT. That's what I wear. So that's what's up. Yeah, Harbor, the thrift stores. That's the thing. I love the thrift stores, but it is literally like finding the Holy Grail. Now, pants, it's a little bit easier because here's the trick. You walk along the pants and they're all hanging on the racks. And you just look at the ground. And so the ones that are dragging on the ground might be your size. That narrows it down to like 6 options. And if 1 out of 6 is there, you know, boom goes the dynamite. Score. Yep, black with gold toe. Yeah, Mike and I are in the same wavelength. The struggle's real. You know what's even worse is when you hit your head for the 3rd time that day on stuff that's built for like the small people in the world. And you're just like, dude, I exist. Okay? Like I shouldn't have cuts on my head just trying to live. I'm being attacked by the infrastructure of the world built by short people. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a diss. It's just, it physically hurts sometimes. Dagnar, I have a 56-inch chest, wear 3 or 4X shirt. New or stupid pricey. Yeah, they are. That is pricey. Yeah, Amazon is horrible, but they have a ton of socks and sizes. Yep. I know there's some... Because the thing is, there's a lot of like small companies that partner with Amazon. So they don't even like Amazon. It's just a really good way for them to get their product out there. So you buy from them through Amazon and, you know, sometimes you can get to their site directly, but other times, whatever. Point is, yeah, there's definitely some big and tall stuff there. Yep, Mike, I say this to everyone who asks or says it. Wow, it must be nice being so tall. My response is, yeah, it can be a headache at times, literally. Yeah, and a neck ache because you're doing this all the time to look at stuff, read stuff, eat. People are just like sitting there, whatever, and you're like over it. So, you know, I had to like really start working on the posture because I was getting neck aches from looking down all the time. Gotta run. Yeah, I gotta run too. I gotta go get my daughter. So, daughter's curvier woman and my jeans fit her. Oh, we're